All right, welcome to Hot Topics Monday, everyone. This is the time of day when we come on live and chat about the hot topics tip of the day. And today's topic is going to be all about delivering your baked goods as a home-based baker. So if you caught the chat over in the Facebook group on Sunday, I asked a question of the group, and I asked whether you preferred or whether you more primarily did pickups or delivery. So if you were involved in that conversation, then this Hot Topics live training is going to be perfect to answer a few of the questions that came up inside that conversation thread. So join me today on our Hot Topics live conversation as we dig into everything you need to know about offering delivery in your home-based bakery business. All right.
My name is Allison, and I'm a former home-based baker turned retail bakery shop owner. And it wasn't that long ago when I was running my bakeries that I was finding myself getting overstressed and overworked while trying to work in my business and at the same time work on my business. So I found ways to save time, save money, and have more freedom. And I'm here to share those tips with you so that you can grow your side hustle into the baking business of your dreams.
All right, welcome to Hot Topics Live, everyone. I hope you're excited for today's topic. It's all about delivery, and based on the conversation from the Facebook group earlier, delivery is by far the preferred and more popular of the two options. So whether your customers are coming to your house to pick up their orders or you're offering delivery, of the people that commented on that conversation, hands down, delivery is preferred. Even in the situations where you're offering both, many of you said, I prefer delivery. So I've got a fun training for you today, and we're going to talk a little bit about why you should be offering delivery services. I'm going to share some tips for how to have a successful delivery. And then at the end, I am going to talk to you about how to calculate a delivery fee for when you are offering delivery services. All right, so let's jump right in. Why are you offering delivery instead of pickups? Well, first of all, it is a service to your customers. I mean, how convenient is that when you're just bringing them the baked goods that they order? You know, post-COVID, people have gotten so used to the food delivery concept, just ordering something online and having it brought to their house, that it really helps you to be competitive with just the other options that are available to customers. So if you can offer delivery in your business, you're doing a service to your customers. But another reason that you can offer delivery is because, let's be honest, your customers rarely pick up on time. I know from my own personal experience that even with a courtesy reminder call the day before, it's just very hard to get people to show up when you want them to. And we have, lives to run, schedules and things, family commitments. So a customer who doesn't show up when they say they will can be a little bit of a damper to your day. So delivery helps to combat that situation by just bringing the products right to them. And then thirdly, some items are just better delivered. And sadly, that situation often involves cakes. And I've been following our group member who had a cake delivery go very badly. My heart goes out to you. There's nothing worse than seeing the product that you worked so hard on come back with a text message and say like, it's ruined. And so for that reason, I also recommend delivery. There are some products that are just better delivered by your professional hands. So there are 3 reasons why you should consider delivery if you're not doing it now. So let's talk about how to have a successful delivery. If you're in a state that is warm right now, and I'm not sure where you would be where it's not hot, but the heat can be a real factor in delivering your baked goods. So one of my tips that I've always used is depends on the product, but having your product be fully cooled before you go out on delivery is vital for a successful delivery. So whether it's, fresh out of the oven cookies or a cake that has been, iced the night before, you need to have your products fully cooled before you leave for delivery. And I'm not going to say that I've never grabbed something out of the oven, put it on a sheet tray and driven it to where it needs to go because I was running a few minutes late. Those things happen, but ideal conditions would be a fully cooled product before you leave your house. A few other tips for getting your items from point A to point B successfully would be to make sure that they're packaged. So whether they're bulk packaged or individually wrapped, you need to be very careful about having any kind of contamination from your car touching any kind of baked good. So always wrapped. It seems like a no-brainer, but I had to throw that one in there. Always, always, always covered and wrapped just for safety reasons and any type of cross-contamination that could happen in your car. Okay, the next tip for successful delivery. This one is also sadly one that I've learned the hard way, is that your items should travel on the flat floor of the car. So not on seats, not on laps, not in the trunk, but on the floorboard of the car, which is another reason to have your baked goods wrapped to begin with, right? You don't want to be putting some fresh baked bread out of the oven on the seat of the car, not having it be wrapped. It's just a recipe for disaster. Okay, so we're going through all the ways that you can make sure you have a safe delivery. Another tip that I love, and I have to say I learned this one the hard way too, is I love to make sure that my baked goods are snug and they're not moving. So different ways that I have done this are a damp towel on I had a hatchback. And so I could open my hatchback and then I had this beautiful big space. I honestly bought the car just for the delivery capabilities, but it's not really a trunk, it's a hatchback. Have a huge space to put a box of baked goods, but then that box can slide all around the trunk of the car, the hatchback of the car. So a mildly damp towel, like a hand towel, kitchen towel type of thing, put that down first and then put the box over it. It keeps that box from sliding around. I also like to use a yoga mat. You can cut a yoga mat into small pieces. It's a little bit more grippy to keep I don't know if that's a word, but grippy, keeps your box from sliding around. And then rolled towels also work to kind of create this sort of bumper to keep that box from sliding around in the trunk of your car. Okay, so there are some tips for getting your products from point A to point B safely. All right, that's great. Now we know why we should offer delivery and we know how to deliver well. But the real reason that I wanted to share today's topic is to make sure that you are charging adequately for your delivery. So how do you do that? That topic, that question comes up a lot. And here's what I recommend. So you want to offer a flat delivery fee for your local surrounding areas. And what I like to do is choose a radius. So it depends on where you live, right? So you may say that 5 miles from your house is a great radius. It may cover the entire town that you live in. So we'll use 5 miles. Yours may be 10 miles or 2 miles. It's really going to depend on what your personal city, town, area is like. So for me, 5 miles works really well. So you're going to choose a flat fee radius. So for 5 miles, how much am I charging? Well, now we need to set a price. I can tell you that the standard mileage reimbursement these days is 62 cents a mile. And when you do those mileage reimbursements, it's not just gas. It covers a little bit of wear and tear on your car and a little bit of your time. So 62 cents a mile, it's on the higher side if you were to price it out. But if you worked in a corporate situation, that's generally what they reimburse for mileage. So that's a good starting place. You can adjust it down a bit if you feel like you need to. But remember that you're driving round trip. So if I say that I am going to offer this delivery radius of 5 miles, I will deliver that for a set price. If I drive out to somebody who's right on the edge of that 5-mile radius and then back home, I've actually driven 10 miles. So I want to base that fee on a round trip mileage. So you can do the math and figure out how much 62 cents a mile calculates out to for the size of the radius that you choose. So for me, in my 5-mile radius, that comes out to about $6. So could I adjust it down to 5 because I like nice even numbers? Yeah, I probably would, knowing that most of my deliveries would be right here in town, and that is not even 5. So I like that. That's probably what I would do. But you want to do this in a way that works best for your surrounding area. So maybe you say, there's a nice break at about 4 miles. So that's how you're going to do it. Do you want to use that standard 62 cents a mile, or do you want to bump it down a little bit? These are decisions that you're going to make for your own business. Now, the question might be coming up, okay, so how do you make this radius around your town and know where that is? Well, I've got you covered here. So stick around to the end because I've got an action tip for you on that. So we talked about why we want to offer delivery, how to best deliver, and then this radius of whatever you're choosing is. Hold on, I'm going to share with you this quick video that is going to show you exactly how to calculate the radius around a spot on a map in your town.
All right, it's action tip time. So I'm here on a website called maps.ie. And when you navigate to this website, you're going to see a map of Ireland, but don't worry, this is a great little hack for drawing a radius around your flat fee delivery area. So watch me while I show you how easy this is for you to do. Okay, so we're going to click on this tab that says distance/area and navigate down to radius map. Now from here, you're going to enter either your street address or the city that you live in. And it is going to come up, it'll populate with your region. Now we're going to click on draw a circle. And we're just going to drag this circle out to make a circle to begin with. We're not going to worry about how big it is. So if you look over here under radius, you can see that what we drew was a 1 mile radius just by clicking and dragging that. And if you have a set radius for how far you're going to deliver on your flat fee, then you want to drag it to that size. So for me, I'm going to deliver in a 5 mile radius at a flat fee. So I need to make this circle bigger. I need it to cover 5 miles. So I'm going to click on resize, move circle, and I'm going to grab this little orange dot and then watch that radius box or radius column up above until I hit 5. And there I am at 5. And so then now that I'm done resizing, I'll click OK. And now I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can actually see my radius. Now, if you don't like where you drew that radius and you need to get it, you need to move it around a little bit, you can click again on resize and move radius. Just hover in the center till you get that 4-pointed arrow, and you can offset it a little bit. If there's more towns in a particular area that you want to get, you can offset your radius. For me, that's the case because there's not a lot going on over here. It's kind of a wooded area, but there are some towns over here that I want to deliver to. So that is how we're going to draw a radius around where you live for your flat fee delivery. And if you don't like the look of that map and you can't actually see where you are, you can click on this little box up in the top right that looks like layers and just scroll down to maps. That's the way I like to look at it. And then you can go in and make a list of what the cities that you deliver to are. So in your case, you might have a more populated area, you might have some street coordinates, or a couple of cities that you're able to deliver to with your flat fee delivery zone. All right, give it a try. It's maps.ie, and go ahead and set your delivery radius.
All right, you guys, what did you think of that? Is that a tool that you're going to be able to use? I was thrilled to find that because back in the day, I just printed out a map and literally took a compass and drew a circle around it. So I love technology, especially when it makes our jobs easier. Now, I hope that today's quick Hot Topics Live has helped you to realize that you want to take a little more control out of the delivery services that you offer and charge accordingly. With the price of gas these days and with the value of your time, I want you to make sure that you are not losing money on your deliveries. So your action tip for today is to draw that radius on a map, the size of your flat rate delivery zone, and become familiar with where you deliver to at your flat rate. Outside of that delivery zone, you can calculate the mileage and give a custom quote, but inside of that delivery zone, you have this flat rate option. Now, let me know over in the comments what you think of this concept, and I look forward to continuing the conversation over inside the group. I see all of your amazing comments. I will jump in and answer you back. There's a few of you in there who've got some good questions, and I promise I'll continue the conversation over in the group. Thank you so much for joining this week's edition of Hot Topics Live. You can find this every Monday at 2 p.m. Central Time, live right here inside the Facebook Home Bakery Business Tips group, or you can join me while I stream on YouTube at the same time, 2 p.m. Central Time. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's hop on over into the chat and have a conversation inside the Facebook group. Thank you for watching, everyone. We'll see you next week.